Спасибо. Разрешите предоставить. Меня зовут Масатомо Торикаи. Я учусь в Токийском университете. Сейчас занимаюсь своей работой в ПГНИУ по диссертации. И моя тема диссертации – это электронный процесс в России, российских регионах, особенно в национальных республиках. Но в этом докладе, извините, но я не уверен на свой способности русского языка, поэтому на английский я сделаю доклад. Okay, so today's presentation I'd like to focusing about the machine politics in Russian regions. So in particular in Tatarstan and Bashkortostan in 2010, after 2010. So first of all, my research question is how centralization affects the regional political machines, and more specifically, why do installations or appointments of outsiders as governors harms the regional political machines, harms the quality of the regional political machines. And before talking about the political situation in Bashkortostan and Tatarstan, I'd like to introduce the concept of the political machine. In this presentation, I'd like to define the political machine as an organization capable of delivering a vote with mechanical regularity, which is defined by the Shaft-Dinova. And as all of you know, they have been, or the political machines developed in regions based on historical legacies in USSR in 1990s. So, and Henry Hare argues that ethnic republics or regions with so big businesses can maintain their strong political machines and can successfully deliver the vote for the regimes and the party of power. And even recently, even under the tendency of the centralization, the federal government might begin to reconsider the importance of the regional political machines in Russian regions. As I said, that after Putin appeared in the political arena, the central-region relationship have gradually been reshaped. So there are some changes of the law, the introduction of federal districts or prohibition of regional parties or introduction of proportional representation in the elections of regional legislatures or switch from the popular elections of governors to the appointment system. They all contributed to the gradual increases of the political influence of the federal government to the regional government. And one important and interesting tendency can be pointed out as replacing regional hegemonic governance with outsiders who have few ties with leaders. So, and as a Reuter, he's a political scientist in America, empirically tested that where outsiders are appointed as governors, regional political machines have been gradually eroded away. I mean that so electoral results with the outsiders as the governors is relatively lower than governors with insiders in these regions. So it is so interesting for me, but Reuter cannot successfully suggest why this can be happen. So Reuter suggests some reasons of such kind of tendency. With poor electoral performance with the outsider governance. But so I'd like to focus on what is the direct reason of the collapse of the regional political machines. To answer this question, I'd like to focus about the Tatarstan and Bashkortostan. And more specifically, I'd like to, in this study, I'd like to focus on the municipal governance as key actors. So a handful of literature have paid attention to the regional governance as masters of the political machines in Russia, in Ukraine, and even outside the post-Soviet countries, in Mexico or in Egypt. This literature have argued that regional governance or regional bosses have a critical influence on the electoral results in regions. But only a few studies paid attention to the municipal governance. But in my perspective, for the well-functioning political machines, the strong vertical network from the regional governance to the municipal governance in the lower level is necessary, I think. So, in this presentation, after that, I'd like to talk about the, what kind of role plays the municipal governance in Bashkortostan and Tatarstan. And why Tatarstan and Bashkortostan? Because there are some similarities and there are some differences between these two cases. And it is so useful to how worked the municipal governance in the electoral processes or in the political situation in this region. And first, as all of you know, in Tatarstan and Bashkortostan, there are powerful presidents in 1990s and in 2000. So that is President Shaimiev and President Rahimov. And but President Rahimov experienced a serious conflict with the federal center, but the President Shaimiev relatively maintained their autonomy to the center. And after all, 2010, almost simultaneously they resigned. They resigned from the post of the president. And after that, the next president in Tatarstan is Rustam Minnikhanov. He had worked as a prime minister in Tatarstan more than 10 years. So he can be considered as the head of the local elites in Tatarstan. In contrast, in Bashkortostan, the new president is Rustem Minnikhanov. Rustem Hamidov. Yeah. And Rustem Hamidov have only a few ties with the local elite. So, and he was brought from Moscow. And we can also observe the stark contrast of electoral results between these regions. So it is sorry, it's so small, but the red bar indicates that the electoral results for the support for United Russia in 2007 election, and so it means that in Bashkortostan and Tatarstan, electoral results or support for United Russia was almost same in 2007, and they can sufficiently deliver the vote for the United Russia in 2007, and it is a result for the 2011, and it is about the light red one is Tatarstan, and the left red one is Bashkortostan. So it means that the Bashkortostan, the result in Bashkortostan was relatively lower compared to the Tatarstan in 2011. And it is we can observe the stark contrast in 2006. It is the Tatarstan top third highest result for support for United Russia in 2006. But in Bashkortostan, only lower than 60% support for United Russia could be attained. So I'd like to explain why this could be happened in 2016. Focusing on the governance in municipalities. And first of all, in Tatarstan and Bashkortostan, all of municipal governors are appointed by the governors of the republics. Of course, after 2006, they are formally elected by local deputies in local legislatures. But I think it can be considered to continue the appointment system of president, because the president of the republics have a very big influence on the electoral processes in local legislatures. And the number of governors in Tatarstan is 45, includes 2 cities, Kazan and Nabrej in Chechnya. And in Bashkortostan, 63 rayons and 63 municipalities, and it includes 9 cities. And I'd like to note that in Tatarstan, the unique system is selected. So I mean that except for Kazan and Nabrej in Chechnya, governors of municipalities control rayons and cities simultaneously. I mean that, so for example, in Tatarstan there is a big city like Almechevsk. In Almechevsk, the governor governs Almechevsk city and Almechevsk rayon simultaneously. And it is a histogram of the numbers of appointments, and it is a frequency. And the vertical lines means that the period of the change of the president. And as this figure shows that after Minihanoff frequently appointed a new governor compared to the Shaimir. Yeah. And it is a histogram of the municipal governors of Bashkortostan. And in Bashkortostan, such kind of change of situation or change of frequency of appointments of the municipal governors cannot be observed. In the period of Hamidov and in the period of Rahimov, I think almost the same in terms of frequency. Sorry, it is so difficult to read, but it is a chronicle of the political appointments. So I mean that it is time, month and year, and it is municipalities. And it is in Bashkortostan, because in Bashkortostan there are a lot of the municipalities. I separated two figures. And I'd like to indicate, I'd like to point out that in Tatarstan, the systematic appointments or systematic changes of the municipal governors can be observed, I think. So I mean that, for example, in 2010, when the Minihanoff was appointed, in April and in June, there are a lot of changes of the municipal governance can be observed. And of course, in this dotted line means that federal election. And after federal election, simultaneously 4 or 5 governors are newly appointed. And it means that regional elections. And after that, almost 10 new governors were appointed. So I think that it is highly intertwined or related with elections to the appointment of new governors in municipalities. But in Bashkortostan, we cannot observe such kind of tendency. I mean that it seems that randomly occur in each month. So I think it is not systematically organized by the president, I think. So it is the first difference between the Bashkortostan and Tatarstan. And the second difference is the rotation of governors. And so I mean that the rotation of governors is appointment of governors who have an working experience as governors in other municipalities. And in Tatarstan, active rotation of municipal governors can be observed. And the Shemiev, 10 in 100 to 24. So it is a proportion is 8.06%. And under Minhanov, this proportion remarkably increases because so 11 governor appointments in 47 appointments, or it is all of appointments, is a rotation of governors. It is so remarkably high, 23.4%. But in Bashkortostan, such kind of rotation of governors rarely or really hardly occurred. So under Rahimov, only once in 150 times of appointments, and under Hamitov, also only 4 times in 55 times appointments. So it is only so 7.27%. And so it includes also, for example, so it is the reappointment of the governors in same municipality. I mean that if the one governor worked from 2000 to 2003, and after that he is reappointed as a governor in same municipality in 2007, 2005, such kind of thing. But so from one municipality to another municipality, so also in Tatarstan there is a lot. So under Shemiev, 10 to 10. So all of the rotation cases are from one municipality to another municipality. And under Minyanov, also 9 in 11 cases are from one municipality to another municipality. But in Bashkortostan, so Rahimov, 1 to 1. Yeah, it is only once. And Hamitov, 2 in 4 cases are so such kind of rotations. So I can conclude that in Tatarstan, we can observe more frequent rotations of governors. I mean that rotation of governors can be considered as a sign of the consolidation of regional political machines or regional appointment system of municipal governors, because it is a sign of the governors worked as only an administrator, I think. So, so it is so difficult to explain, but if you have some how can I say, the comments on this interpretation, so please raise the question after my presentation. But I think it's a key aspect of the consolidation of regional political machines in Tatarstan, but not in Bashkortostan. And next, I'd like to focusing on the outsiders in municipalities, reactions to outsiders in municipalities. So in the period of Minhanov, so it means that red bar means that proportion of outsiders, frequency of outsiders appointments, and the green one means that insider appointments. I mean that the outsider is a governor who previously worked less than 5 years in these municipalities. So the outsiders lack enough enough local ties in these municipalities. So, but in the period of Minhanov, there are a lot of the outsider appointments compared to the period of Shainiev. But in the period of Hamitov in Bashkortostan, the proportion of outsider appointments significantly decreases compared to the period of Rahimov. that's another more sign of the consolidation of the regional political machine in Tatarstan, because so in Tatarstan, municipal elite don't protest against the outsiders, because the outsiders are appointed by the president, and all of the presidents have a very big influence on the local politics, so they cannot protest against such kind of determination or decisions. But in the Hamidovsk Bashkortostan, the local political elites actively protest against the appointments of outsiders as municipal governors. And with the qualitative information, I can support this logic. In February this year, I had some interview with local administrators in Tatarstan, in Naberezhny Cherny, in Elabg, in Almenchsk. And all of the administrators say that the appointment of the outsider as governor is so good for the political and economic development in these municipalities, because they have no local ties, so they can avoid the corruption or clientelistic relationship between the businessman in municipalities. So they can focus on the only economic development or their work in this municipality. And in fact, in these municipalities, all of the contemporary or all of the today's governors are outsiders. In Naberezhny Cherny, Elabg, Almenchsk, they don't have any local ties before they are appointed. But in contrast, in municipalities, Bashkortostan were not accustomed to accepting outsiders as governors. So in Stelitamag, I had also interview, and the vice governor of Stelitamag said that we cannot imagine accept the outsider as governors, because outsiders don't have enough or sufficient knowledge about the political situation or economic situation in this town, Stelitamag. So they cannot effectively resolve all of the problems, and so I think so they have some negative reaction from the society or from the dwellers in this region. So, and in fact, in municipalities in Bashkir even harshly protested against the republic government and Hamidov sometimes. For example, in Neftkamsk in 2014, the local deputies protested against the appointments of the outsiders as a governor. Even though he was recommended by the Hamidov, he could not be accepted by the local legislatures. And also Kagarchinsky Raion, it is the hometown of the previous president Rahimov. In 2016, there is a political conflict with the political center of the republics and the Lions. So these episodes show that Bashkortostan, in the municipalities of the Bashkortostan, local elites cannot accept the outsiders as governors in municipalities. And it is a preliminary analysis. So, but I'd like to talk about the relationship between the electoral results and the municipal governance. And in Tatarstan, only in Tatarstan I had an analysis. So after the 2011 parliamentary election, it was held in December 2011. 4 governors were dismissed in 1 month, only 1 month in Tatarstan. 4 governors. this. This one for governance. And only animated it is this dismissal was related with also governance because a governor of animated was elected in the Gosduma. So it is not related to the political situation in Lyon. But the other four governors dismissals were related to the governors, I think. And of course, the local specialists say that it can be possible to relate it to the electoral results. And it is a turnout. So I'd like to compare the turnout in 2011 and the turnout in 2012 because the 2012 presidential election was held only after 4 months in March 2012. So comparing the results, we can how dismissals of governors or how changes of governors affect the electoral results in municipalities. So, and as this shown that, for example, in Aznakaevsky Rayon or Aznakaevo, city of Aznakaevo, turnout is remarkably improved. And of course, and in addition, Mendelevsky Rayon and Techushki Rayon also remarkably increased the turnout in 2012. And Yutajinsky Rayon, it is a case of rotation because the governor of Yutajinsky Rayon in 2011 is Marcel Shaidurin. He was reappointed as a governor in Aznakaevo after that. Yeah, after 2011. And it is also plot to, and x-axis is the turnout in 2011, and the y-axis is turnout in 2012, and the blue point means that change the municipalities, the municipalities where governors were changed. So I mean that and it is a 45-degree line. I mean that if the point is on here, on this line, it means that the turnout in 2011 and 2012 is same. And I think this is Aznakaevo city. It means that remarkably improvement of the turnout in 2012. And of course, so it is also a blue dot and a blue dot, and it can mean that so remarkable improvement of the turnout in 2012 compared to 2011. So I think that's governance rotation or governance reappointment can improve the can have the effect of the improvement of the electoral results, I think. So it is a how can I say, difference of turnout between 2011 and 2012 elections. And Aznakaevo is here. It is the biggest difference between the biggest difference of turnout between 2011 and 2012. And it means Techushki Rayon, and it's Mendelevsky Rayon. And I mean that in the municipalities where the governors are reappointed, the relatively higher improvement can be observed in 2012. So I think that's the appointment of governors can be related with the electoral logic in Tatarstan. And how we interpret this data? So I like to interpret, so in Tatarstan, the President Minihan successfully consolidated the regional political machine, not Kaskismo. I mean that caciquismo is also reciprocity between the lower level elite and the higher level elite. But I think the Minihano completely controls all of the municipalities. So this is not reciprocity. This is just I think dependence on the on the president of Tatarstan. But in Bashkortostan, municipality level bosses or the governors can be considered as municipality level bosses. I mean that they are relatively autonomous to the to the President Hamidov. Yeah, I think so. I like to conclude that the protests against outsider Hamidov from municipalities might cause the erosion of the political machine. Because Hamidov is outsider, Hamidov cannot control all of the municipalities effectively. So even in ethnic republics, and even with even Bashkortostan is has a very rich economics, they cannot maintain strong political machine. So tentative conclusions here. As the case of Tatarstan shows a smooth succession from Shaimiev to Minihano. I mean that the local elites to local elite. Enables the Tatarstan government consolidated the strong political machine. And second conclusion is that as the case of Bashkortostan shows, once the deeply embedded and highly institutionalized patron-client network was destroyed by the intervention of center, I mean that the appointment of the outsider Hamidov as president, mobilization power of regional elites and election is rapidly weakening in Bashkortostan. So this is a conclusion. And the prospective research, I'd like to collect information about marginal lions because in this study, I just had an interview with administrators in big cities, only in big cities. So I'd like to hear the opinion from the administrators in marginal lions in Tatarstan, Bashkortostan. I think it is somewhat different from the big cities. And in addition, compare with other regions where outsiders appointed is necessary. For example, Sverdlovsk, from 1990s to 2000s, the Russell controls the regional political machine, but after 2010, the outsider was appointed in Sverdlovsk. So I'd like to compare the political situation in Sverdlovsk with Bashkortostan, Tatarstan, and by doing that, I can increase the validity of my argument. Yeah, so that's all. Thank you for listening.
Да, я забыл, что я ведущий. Да, спасибо большое. Вопросы, да?
Yeah, many thanks for the presentation. It really fits into what we're doing at the center as well. Maybe I will start with just two technical questions. One is about this appointment, reappointment. The figure when you have the differences in turnout.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. This maybe the next one will be with a more. This one. So am I correct that? I mean, you said that. The reappointed governors were those where the turnout now is higher. But here you have changed. It means that in municipality there was a change in governor.
Yeah. I mean that.
And green is just the green and red is just the city or rayon as the type of municipality.
Yeah. Because. Yeah.
And those blue, they're either city or rayon.
Only this is city as a Kaibo. city as Kaigo.
Ah.
And it is a lion.
And am I correct to assume that you consider only rayons, not сельские поселения, so the level below? You look only into city level and the municipal rayons, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, in Bashkortostan and Tatarstan, there is a level below сельские поселения, villages and everything. So you don't look there. It's
So when I don't need to look at the municipal lion.
because they are not appointed by the governor, right? Or what's the procedure there? I don't know. Какая в Башкортостане процедура сельских глав сельских поселений?
Сельские поселения там они частично избираются.
И поэтому важны были именно назначаемые.
Но я думаю, в районе тоже назначается. Да, то есть парламентский районский губернатор назначается всегда. Поэтому да, я могу сравнить.
Ну я и говорю, да, поэтому.
Да. Все результаты.
Okay, now it's more clear for me. So I'm thinking one of the questions that deserves our attention. Again, you mentioned that Reiter also point to this idea that removing the MDIT head, the governor would end with the disassembling of political machines. But I'm still wondering what is the exact mechanism you could say. Is it only the appointment, or there might be some, I don't know, transfers, for instance, does it matter or not? Ethnicity factors. What is the exact mechanism that allows Tatarstan, to maintain the machinery, and what exactly crumbled in Bashkortostan? Well, what's your ideas maybe?
Yeah. Of course, it's so difficult to identify what is the exact mechanism. So I had an interview. I had a consultation with a local specialist in Bashkortostan, and I'd like to interpret the appointment of Hamid is a political accident to the Bashkortostan, because all of the local municipalities actively can be more independent from the control of the president. So because he cannot control all of the political system, and in the period of Rahimov, if once for example political legislatures or political deputies voted against the decisions of the President Rahimov, Rahimov punished with embedded in Bashkortostan, because Rahimov completely controls all of the systems in Bashkortostan. But Hamidov cannot do that, because he cannot control all of the political systems in Bashkortostan, because he doesn't have any relations with local elites.
So by relations you mean sort of like family relations or informal relations?
Yeah, of course it's informal relations, because the president Bashkortostan have their former power, but I think in Russia, particularly in Russia, so it is necessary for the president to have an informal power for the administrators to work sufficiently as effectively work, and so to punish the local elites or municipal elites, it is so how can I say? So the president was required a lot of power, lot of informal power to punish. So because because he should order, punish this one, because he voted against me. Such kind of order cannot be worked in the period of Hamid. So I had an interview with ex-administrators in the government of Bashkortostan, but he says that so Hamidov didn't say anything for the independence of the local deputies or local elites, because he cannot have informal powers for the government for the formal political systems of the government in Bashkortostan. So I think that this kind of lack of the informal power of the Hamidov can cause such kind of political instability in Bashkortostan. And I think it is also related to the outsider appointment, because Hamidov is outsiders. Yeah.
But I'm still lacking, this sort of maybe operationalization of the idea, the informal instruments. I mean, Hamidov still has all the formal instruments, budget control, transfers, the power to appoint or reappoint or not approve a particular person. Maybe one thing to sort of tackle this is to understand the way they're trying to co-opt the members of local elites into the regional level, like a United Russia Party, or I don't know, cabinet positions by the representative of or business ties, or again, members of governors administration who were experienced, and then they gone with the previous governor, and Hamidov simply doesn't have any, friends and fellows to run this machine. Maybe I mean this might be also an interesting idea.
Of course. So such kind of qualitative information which I should collect in the future. So because it's only a quantitative data. So I cannot argue what is the correct reason or what is the exact mechanism of the failure of the political machine in Bashkortostan. So as you said, so I'd like to collect the information about the promotions or regional economic ties in local municipalities or such kind of information. So it's thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Okay, I would also ask something. The anthropologist here in this round, I guess I have to ask about like the ethnic factor here. You mentioned it briefly. So how does ethnicity come into this? Surely you know that in the 1990s we had this like rather prominent independence movement in Tatarstan, Azatik, which now like moved in a more religious direction.
So ethnic relations are one of more interesting questions, I think. So in Tatarstan, the stability between the ethnic Tatars and Russians can be maintained, but in Bashkortostan, especially after the resignment of the Rahimov, the ethnic Bashkiri, so how can I say, raged against the ethnic Tatars, especially ethnic Tatars, because Hamidov can be called as an ethnic Tatar. So it is also interesting question, but unfortunately I have not yet collected this data about what kind of ethnicity have this governor have, and what kind of in this municipality how many percent of the living people are Bashkirs or Tatars or Russians. So it's so important, I think. So in the future, I'd like to make an analysis about the relationship between the ethnicity in Lyons and the governor's appointments and the governor's dismissals. Yeah, of course. Yes.
I mean, maybe you'd like to collect all of this data yourself. If I'm not mistaken, are you not doing something that goes in this direction? Don't you have a study? What did you consider ethnicity in Bashkortostan at least?
Не понял.
Can someone translate for me?
Ну да, нет, в смысле, на русский переключили. Я Если говорить, что если у вас есть уже исследования, которые посвящены фактору этничности в политике, в локальной политике Башкортостана.
Вообще?
Да.
Есть, конечно.
Мне кажется, вот
У тебя?
Нет, не у меня.
Oh,
Вообще.
I'm not sure.
no, okay.
I mean, we could also maybe discuss it. Again, political scientists tend to look into questions like the idea that everything is about rational politics and about rational instruments. Even if it is informal instruments, they are mostly, like whips and carrots. But maybe this is also the question of authority. So in Bashkortostan, since Rahimov doesn't look like he's the member of, I don't know, ethnic group or sort of, embedded into the whole ethnicity cleavages, the people could be mobilized on the basis and could be opposed to his actions because he lacks essentially the ethnic markers. So he's sort of outsider, not only like regional, like territorial, right, but also in terms of ethnicity or religion, and whether it's it might be also an interesting factor to unravel. So he doesn't perceive the authority for them, so they can disobey. While Minihanav is more maybe more Tatar than Hamitov is Bashkir to Bashkir people. Yeah, I think it would be also interesting.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. So you mean that so Rahimov is a more neutral person? Yeah, compared to the
Probably.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. It's not. It's simply insufficient research. So in the future, I'd like to add some ethnic factor for my theory. Yeah. Thank you so much.
I have another clue. Why Sverdlovsk? I mean, this is a non-ethnic republic,
Yeah.
non-ethnic region. So
Yeah, of course.
What will give you in terms of, again, leverage?
Yeah, of course. Because only so in this study, I just focused on the Bashkortostan, Tatarstan, and they are both of them are ethnic republics. So I should, if I'd like to examine what is the effect of the outside appointments as a governors in regions, I think we should focusing on the non-ethnic region. So because and the inspector of as I said, the new governors, outside governors are appointed in 2010. So if I compare with the Bashkortostan Sverdlovsk, I can reveal what is the pure effect of the outside appointments, without considering the ethnic factor. Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, how usually the literature again, Henry Hale, you cited, connects the machine politics with ethnic factor.
Yeah. So
in Russia.
Yeah. So in my perspective, I'd like to so how can I say, eliminate the ethnic factor from the political machine strings. I think the ethnic factor is not so important for the political machine. So I think the political machine is just required political consolidation of the regional political elites, and in Soviet Union, such kind of consolidation is maintained only in this ethnic republics because they have their own autonomous republics in Soviet Union. And after that, they maintain their autonomy to the center in 1990s. But after 2010, they gradually lost their influence or autonomy towards the center. And now, only Tatarstan and Chechnya can maintain their autonomy towards the center, I think. So even Bashkortostan lost their influence. So in contemporary politics, I think that the ethnic factor is not so important.
Yeah, I agree, but Sverdlovsk could be not a proper case because even when Russell was in power, the previous governor, the political contestation and competition there was quite intense.
Okay.
So one can argue that there was no, proper political machine in Sverdlovsk Oblast. There were very famous clashes between him and the mayor, Chernevsky. Then it is a quite in terms of political structure, it's quite open. But wait for Tuliev to resign, and then we'll see. And then we'll see whether again your theory works or not. I think it would be very interesting. Or some other again Russian regions could resign. Yamal-Lenin is kept on an okrug with Niolov maybe, or Khanty-Mansiyski after Filipenko. It's also a very good example. So the outsiders replacing the insiders. Oh, just an idea.
Of course. I'd like to hear your opinion about all of your opinion about the case selection, because I don't have enough knowledge about the Russian politics. I think all of you have more information about the Russian politics. So I'm so welcome about comment about the case selection.
Any questions? Если нет вопросов, я думаю, мы еще раз благодарим.